Oh no. Oh, we got smoked. We gotta fix this. We're on it.
No. You're kidding.
It's been too long, though.
Oh my gosh.
So you've been up to no good, huh, bro? I've been seeing you all over the gram. Everybody's story causing problems, making havoc.
No way. It comes in a whole ass bag.
What's up, baby? What? This is heavy. Butter, bro. You're the first person who's ever tried this in the U.S.
Well, you want to know what the only downfall of this?
Salted.
It's salted, and I didn't know the whole time. I've been using it until literally yesterday. I realized it was salted.
Oh my god, they sent 5 of them. Oh my god. Traditionally churned and fresh cream in New Zealand.
Yeah, but I didn't even realize. Yeah, it was fine.
Brownies?
Yeah, I think so. Look at the shoulder doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Saw you took the bag when I came in. It was heavy. Hope you guys are enjoying this keto blondie feast. Blind test. I don't even know what flavors you have, so that's good. I'm on a tear or a tier, whatever the word is. Bread? No, it's a biscuit.
It's the first one I've ever seen you get right.
I'm running the game right now.
First one in this house you got right. Yeah.
So those ones are, these ones aren't. Bro, we got unsalted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know.
The red ones.
I just saw the gold and just assumed because of the freaking old.
Alright, quick link up with Yewww, which is heavy because not only is he the god, but he had a box, actually 4 boxes of the keto brownies from Salivation, and they got the chocolate chip blondies back in stock. So we're bringing a few of those back up to Tahoe with us. And then here we have in my hand the first ever grass-fed butter from the company West Gold. If you guys watched a year ago in Indo, I found this company West Gold in Bali, and I reached out to them, or maybe they even reached out to me, and they were stoking, and they sent a box with some salted and some unsalted to my brother's place, and we're gonna bring this to Tahoe for sure. Fingers double crossed that it makes it in 2 bricks. More importantly than any of that, the Kingdom of Giants boys. Quick breakdown, if you guys are randomly living in 1990, my brother was the frontman for the legendary musical artist group called Kingdom of Giants. About as heavy as you can get, and I don't know when the last time they've been on tour is. I know that they need to drop a new album or at least some new music soon, but they are going on tour. They leave tomorrow, and I will leave like the dates below and the link in the video description if you guys are going to check them out. If you're anywhere in the US and you want to check them out, we're going to be probably at the Sacramento show on the 8th, so come through if you're in the area. Yewww, we love you. We are now in Huntington Beach. T-Cap is in the water. He's been in the water for over an hour and a half. I see his truck right there. I am gonna just straight up trunk it because yesterday I was able to trunk it and the water was warm. I'm grabbing the foamy because it looked absolutely wretched. We're gonna find out if Scotch tape, quadruple layered, is waterproof enough for the old GoPro 7 because the case broke. So I'm grateful for that right now. The things that we do have and the things that we do have that are falling apart. Hopefully we can grab some sick ones. Hopefully T-Cap stays out there.
Jake's cake. Jake's cake.
There's actually some size on her. Not gonna lie, I'm freezing already. What's up, dog? Nice suit. What? Woo. Dog Beach. Oh, gnarly with this turn.
Take care of business.
Your welcome sign right now.
Yes. Yes, that's us.
Welcome burners.
Photograph that right now.
Is this my ticket?
Yes, it is.
Are you kidding?
Dude, that's not a lie.
Is that me?
That's not a lie.
I grab that thing real quick. You got it all.
I have everything. I have everything. I have everything.
For real.
Oh my god, it feels so good to meet you. We'll see you out there.
I'll see you out there.
Yeah, you have.
It's a heavy claim, but
Yeah, we have our things.
you got the address?
Yeah, if I don't see you out there, I'll see you in my yoga studio.
That's what I'm talking
Okay.
about. Rhode Island yoga. It's a promise.
me? All right, you
Hot
promise?
yoga in January.
Yes, dude.
No, he's not, dude. What? Shut the hell up. What is this?
It's been a while.
What is going on?
What's happened in the last couple months?
What? I'm the only one left for the beater?
What is this?
We did it.
What is it?
Our first butter sponsor.
Is this real?
First
West Gold?
ever West Gold in the
Might
United
use it
States
right-
of America.
I'm gonna use it right now.
You're gonna be the first person to ever cook with West Gold in the U.S.
No.
in the history of their company.
We're about to change that.
Yeah, straight off the plane. With 100% confirmation, I could say another difference.
Close your eyes. Gray coming in. Nice.
Sounds like a. I don't know how I'm gonna drink this. My eyes are still closed.
Yeah.
That's black raz. Got him.
Easy.
Too easy.
Too easy. I blew it. All right, guys. At the end of the season, as we all know, the stoke levels are variable. You're hyped that it's your last day, but you're also really ready for the summer and all the things that summer activities have to offer. So what you do is you get done riding, and if you're like me, you just throw your gear to the side, you go and you grab your skateboard and you just forget about it until 8 months later. And there is a way to actually store each piece of your gear properly and to make sure that all of it is going to be in top condition for when next year starts. And today we're going to show you guys piece by piece how to make that happen. All right, first things first. When you screw your bindings down into your board tight as they should be when you're riding, they make these little pressure cups on the bottom of your board, and you probably notice it when you wax. If you don't take your bindings off, you can't really seem to wax one of the most essential parts of your board. And I believe that having that pressure sucking up on your board all year long is going to create little indents over time. So number one recommended thing to do is to take your bindings off of your board for the summer. When you do that, you're gonna see that underneath your bindings, if it's recent, then they might still be wet. But if not, then you're gonna see all this little debris and all this stuff underneath your board. You wanna clean all that off. You wanna get it so that it's nice and fresh and it's not clogged with dirt and debris all summer long. There might even be some ice and some liquid stuck to the board, which you want to scrape all that off and you want to get it dry. And you don't want to have any water staying in the screw holes where the threads are, because when water stays over a long period of time, it ends up oxidizing, creating rust. You don't want rusty screws, you don't want rusty threads, and you don't want rusty edges. If you look at your board and it's been a while like it has for me, you might even have a bunch of rust all along your edges. If that is the case, you could take a simple gummy stone with some water and just buff out the rust, or you could take a file and actually resharpen your edges to get it ready for next season. But once you have your bindings off, that's when you wanna, probably for the first time all year, check the parts of your bindings that have screws just to make sure that they're tight. Because we fail to do this all winter long, and while you got some downtime and you can't shred, it's not a bad idea to just make sure that when you start next season, all of the binding straps that you have are not only tight, but that they're working properly. And if you need to, you can order new parts, you can order new springs, you can order new ladder straps, and you can just get yourself dialed in so that when the season does start, you're not running around frantically trying to get your setup dialed in. But another important part is making sure that your board doesn't look like mine. As you can see, it's kind of white, a little ashy. If you put liquid or any water on it, it comes back to that dark natural color, and that is not good. Your board is porous and it absorbs wax, so I highly recommend giving your board a full thick coat of wax with an iron and not scraping it. That'll allow all of the wax to stay and keep it moist throughout the entire summer, and then when you come back in the fall, you can either hot wax it again and hot scrape it, or you can just scrape it and you'll have a brand new wax when the season comes. But to get into the gear, whew, here we have basically my entire outerwear setup, from face masks to hoodies, hats, gloves, bibs, jackets, and if you're like me, you shredded a slushy day that was so wet for your final day on hill, you got home and you left everything balled up, you left it bagged up, and it's molding. If you don't want that to happen, then you got to take care of some of your stuff. Some of it has to be washed, some of it might even need to be fixed. A lot of it's probably going to want to be thrown out. If you've been holding on to your long johns for more than 2-3 seasons, let's splurge this fall, huh? Let's spend an extra 20-30 bucks and get a brand new pair of long johns. But specific things like hoodies, hats, socks, if you're gonna keep them around, you wanna wash these things, get them smelling good, make sure they're dried out perfectly so that when you hang them up or when you put them back in your bag, there's no chance of any mildew growing. And potentially, you wanna examine some of your gear. If you got a friend or if you got a needle, you could patch up your own gear. You could figure out where there's holes are in your fingers of your gloves that was annoying you all last year, and while you got some downtime to kill, get on YouTube, figure out how to sew, and fix that stuff yourself. As for bigger things like jackets and snow pants, you wanna make sure that you pay attention to if you can wash them or not. Potentially, you might wanna get a whole new setup. That's when you might wanna check out my big cartel at Casey-Willax.bigcartel.com and see if I got any epic new or used gear up there that I'm getting rid of for next season, because in the next coming weeks here, I'm gonna be offloading almost everything I have to try to dial you guys in with like insane prices, because I get so hooked up and I'm so grateful for it, and I have new products coming in all the time that I'm trying to keep the circle rolling and just keep giving back. So you know what, we're actually gonna do a giveaway right now, because I started up a secondary YouTube channel, and I recently started posting more health and fitness content on it, and a bunch of you guys have been ridiculously stoked. So I'm just gonna go to the new subscribers and pick a random person, Sydney Steele, who subscribed to the secondary channel, and I'm just gonna, without even announcing a giveaway, I'm gonna send you this pair of the 100s x 686 collaboration mittens. Unless you're not that size, I'll send you something else, but if you guys support me, whether it's through Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, comments, DMs, anything that you could think of across all my platforms. I have so much stuff, and I'm not really good at announcing a giveaway and then announcing the winner and then being in contact with the person and back and forth, whatnot. So I'm just gonna pick people with no announcement of what the giveaway is for the next couple weeks. And in almost every single video, I'm gonna be sending you guys some stuff. So I am so grateful for all of your support. It's unbelievable, and I'm trying to show that and give back to you guys. And not only that, but continue to keep sharing these tips and helpful things that I've learned along my years with all of you legends. And that leads us into the boot game. So this is the one thing that I did actually do proper. You wanna make sure that, it's kind of controversial. I never really heard anybody say that you should take your insoles out, or you should not take them out, or you should leave your laces tied, or you should leave them untied. The one thing that I know is that if you have pressure on your boot from something leaning on it, maybe in a bad way, and it leans like this for 6 to 8 months, when you come back and grab your boot, it's gonna stay like that. And when you put it on, it's gonna have an insane pressure point that is just gonna ruin your day, and it might take a couple days or even a week to work out. So Dawsey was claiming you should take the insoles right out because they're nasty and they probably smell. You should spray them down with something and let them air out. I think if you don't do that, then your other option is to tighten them the way that you want them to be when you're riding, so that way they stay and maintain that shape and that form. And also, if you have new boots, you should have put those things on this morning, and you should be walking around all day, all summer, trying to break those things in for next year. Scotty Lego tip, hop in the hot tub. He's claiming no better way to break your boots in. But now we jump into the goggles, and I think the best thing that you can do is pop the lens off, leave it on your counter where it's nice and aired out, and there's no chance of getting mold within the foam lining of your goggles. Because when you put things in bags and they end up in the attic and something slightly damp near it, you don't want mold getting anywhere near something that's gonna be on your face and near your nasal passage. So take your lens off, take the frames, set them somewhere where it's nice and cool, take them out of the case, let them breathe. Also examine a lot of this stuff. Maybe your lenses are scratched and you need to get some new lenses. Maybe your boot laces are ripped or they're about to rip and you need to get some new laces. Maybe you should think about getting some new boots. And the helmet, this is a huge one. Check your helmet. Maybe you have, if you check underneath the linings and the padding, you might have a crack in your helmet. And you wanna make sure that that is not the scenario, because helmets are basically one impact and they're done. So take care of your gear, examine it while you're not riding, because when you are riding, it's hard to do this type of stuff. You're just so focused on shredding and everything's wet and you're going back and forth, and you never actually take a second to look and see what your gear is and see if you need to repair it or work on any of it. Oh, if you have a beanie that is specific to your helmet, I know how that is. Some beanies are just not made for helmets, and you find that one that's so comfy and it fits well and it doesn't have that weird gap and that lining and everything. Take that hat, make sure it's washed and dried, put it in the helmet, and store them together, because when next season comes, I promise you, you will have no idea where that hat is. And I believe that is all the gear, head to toe. There are some accessories that, once again, you want to make sure that they're working, that you can stock up on, get yourself ready for the season, get your GoPro dialed in, make sure it's all reformatted and the firmware is up to date. And that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys got some tips out of this video. Hope you enjoyed the content. Drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I am going to be putting all of my tips on a secondary channel this coming winter. So as I'm posting this right here, I'm also gonna be posting it on a second one. I'll leave the link to that channel below as we develop it, but show some love, because anybody who subscribes on any of these channels or shows love or comments, drop some tips in these videos as well. I'm gonna pick you guys randomly in every video for the next couple weeks, and I'm gonna be giving out a whole bunch of stoke, a whole bunch of swag, and just trying to give back for the dream. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.